Welcome back, my homies. I am glad you have tuned into another one of my lovely coding sessions. Now you're probably wondering what the hell I am doing. And the explanation for that is quite simple. I'm fixing my word to phoning database to store the phonemes in a format that is more convenient for my application needs.
What?
Okay. I hear what you're thinking. Bro, what the fuck is a phoneme? More importantly, why the fuck are you working on a phoning database? And what the hell happened to your Notes app? All those questions will be answered by this video, so don't go anywhere. And I mean it even if you right now switch away to a different tab. I see you. Don't you dare.
Guess what? You're a bitch.
First and foremost, the Notes app is not gone. I just put it on pause. It got boring, and I wanted to learn something more useful than the toy scripting language that is JavaScript.
Nah, that's heavy.
For a long time, I just focused on the browser. That is the first thing I learned to do and still is my favorite platform. But the browser has so many abstractions built into it to make it easier for script kiddies to use, which I felt was hindering my development as a programmer. Everything around JavaScript seems to trend toward making things easy, keeping you stupid, moving quickly and fucking everything up with 300 terabytes of NPM packages, just to all things that will only result in my being a shit developer, which is not who I want to be. Enough yapping about JavaScript, though. Time for the real meat and potatoes. The moment you have all been waiting for. What the hell am I doing? Why am I doing it in C?
Is low level. For hardware programming, low level.
Am I a boomer or something? Okay, relax, my buddy. I am getting there. I am trying to make a model that turns text into speech. But there is a catch. I am trying to do everything from scratch so I can really learn how it works. I would like to learn how artificial intelligence really works, and what better way to do that than building one from the ground up. Like the Chad Linux low-level developer way. That meant no NumPy, no pandas, none of that Pythonista crap. Just me and C, and a whole lot of math. I know I hear you in the back asking again, but why would you do that? Simply for fun. I have no clue how it works and would like to be able to make it myself. Plus, who says using all that Python bullshit is good for you? I'm sure it just contributes to brain rot, but that's just me. I hate how everything is just a bunch of glue holding together a mountain of libraries. That simply is not my style. Also, I canceled my chat subscription and really miss the feature of being able to talk to the model. From the outside, it seems like the hardest part of that problem is turning text into speech. Okay, probably not, but that is what I want to start with, especially because of the quality of voice that they have.
We'll try with Spruce, for example.
I'm looking forward to working together. Let's figure out where to start.
I know it is going to sound like I am glazing, but I have never heard text-to-speech sound that good. Not Alexa, the lady from Google Pod, or even my Homegirl Siri. No one does it as good or has done it as well as Chat. My favorite was that boy Spruce. Whatever they did to create the voice is amazing, super crisp, lots of bass. Reminds me of a radio talk show host, and when it works, it seems to be highly realistic. Not monotone or choppy like other text-to-speech voices. Spruce has emotion, personality. He is low-key smooth for real. The whole system that they had set up to be able to generate such a high-quality voice in real time and have the response to your query come back in seconds is mind-blowing to me. Which is why I want to build my own, but with a slight twist. I want to make it in such a way where it can work offline. I always felt like that was the biggest flaw of the whole system. Maybe it's much harder than I think it is, but the only problem I had with chat voice, or whatever marketing buzzword they called it, was the reliability of the service. I guess they are working in uncharted territory, so it makes sense that I have never experienced something I am paying for not working so often. Whenever I had anything other than perfect network conditions, it would not work. Honestly, even when I did have good network conditions, it would sometimes go down or be flooded with too many incoming queries to respond to my own, causing it to become normal for me to have to retrieve. I'm like, what the fuck kind of bullshit is that? Imagine you put a brand new BMW on list, and every time you tried to start it, it would tell you to try again or say, nah, bro, I think I am going to just take the day off. Would you keep it round? I'm not that guy, pal. I used to paying for things to work, not for them to be a problem more often than not. I still must say, though, when it worked right, it was amazing, but it seemed like right after they made that deal with Apple, the quality of responses went to shit. I guess they just weren't ready for all that extra secure traffic or whatever. The way I look at this problem is that if the model was just on my device, the only time it could fail due to network issues is the first time you download it. Any other time, it's smooth sailing. And yes, I know holding any of the JPT models on my device is insane just because of how large they are, let alone keeping them in RAM. Good luck with that one, bud. But, but what if the model was smaller or more focused on what you need it to do? Maybe there is some potential there. Either way, that is why I am starting with the text-to-speech part. That seems much more realistic to run on a device stored in your browser cache or as a native executable. So just to give you a sort of walkthrough of how the first step of my master plan will work, I am trying to build something that will allow you to create an audiobook of any text on the device. I would love to read more books, research papers, proofs, and blog posts, but I often don't even have the time to just sit down and read them. If I could turn any print into an audio file, I would now be able to listen to them when I work out it or go on a drive. Think about all those times when you are doing something that needs your hands but doesn't really require all that much focus. Those are the times I would like to enhance with something more productive, like reading something beneficial to me. Think Spitchify, but without the Snoop Dogg and other celebrity voices, also less focused on Zoomer bullshit like speed reading. I just want a new way to consume content I love but have no time for. Furthermore, most of those services are expensive or cost money in the first place because everything is streamed from their mega cloud GPU servers. If the compute happens on my own device, it has the potential to be much faster and cheaper, aside from the cost of sending the model to use. More importantly, you won't have to have Wi-Fi to continue listening to the file. You should be able to stream it to you, or if it is short enough, just create it ahead of time for your listening pleasure. I know, magic. Now, this all begs the question, how will I build this thing? And to be frank, I have no fucking clue about any part of it. I know a little from the research I have been doing, but I am pretty much shooting blind here. But that is the fun of it. I will figure it out as I go and take you all along for the ride. Which should be interesting, or at least I think so. Anyway, that's all I had to say, so until next time. Toodles.